2
did it
times in a
again.
row. Yes.
2 for 2.
Well, I'm afraid hi, everybody. I'm afraid to touch anything sometimes because I'm like, oh, what if I stop the intro? And then, oh, what if I actually, like, and then I'm like,
what if I cut the live altogether?
Right. So we're happy that we have figured that out. It's good to
Yes,
see
we
everybody.
are. Hi, everybody. How are we?
Tom.
Marie.
Hi, Sunshine.
Joseph, Linda,
Joe.
everybody is here. Lori.
Linda, Lori. The crew is coming in.
The crew is coming in.
Huh?
How is everybody? Melissa, hello, sweet pea. How is everybody? Are we good? Everything is chaotic, we know. But
yeah,
tonight we're gonna have fun, I think. I think we're gonna have fun.
I do too. Yeah.
Yes.
Because again, this isn't something I really
Mary Beth.
know a lot about. So are my
yes
coming through? I can't see them.
You can't see them?
Well, I can see them, but I can't. Oh, there we go. I had to refresh it. Sorry, I'm behind on comments. Let me
oh, okay. I was like, oh dear.
They weren't like refreshing, and I'm like, what is happening? All right, here we go. Tom,
Joseph, I am approaching dandy. Great.
Approaching dandy. All right, this is good. I mean, people are, I think the thing is like this all sucks. We know that, but we still have to hang in there. So it's just managing at this point. I think, well, at least
and we all have each other, and we all, so it'll be fine.
It'll be fine eventually.
It'll be fine eventually.
She's hanging in.
Yeah.
Let's see, peachy. Yeah, I mean, everybody's just kind of
peachy,
trucking along as best they can, as it were.
Yeah. I went on a walk with Quay yesterday afternoon, and it was like, I'm like, I'll go as far as I can until I start to feel a little. So, we were walking in the mailbox, and I got more than halfway there, and I was like, I better stop and just kind of let him go on ahead because I have to be able to get back home. And
you're only halfway there at that point.
yeah. So everything was fine. My right foot was fine, but I could feel it was starting. I could feel like the strain, the pull of my Achilles tendon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all day, the right side of my right part, the right side of my tendon was kind of feeling. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Was kind of feeling bad.
Yeah.
And as the day has gone on, it's hurt more and more. Like I'm leaning on my right foot now that my right hip is hurting. And I'm all, well, crap. Because I was like, yay, I can start going on I can start going with him when he walks the dogs. And so, little by little.
Baby steps.
Literally baby steps. I still can't walk down the stairs like one at a time. I have to go like one.
But at least you're up and down them now.
But at least I'm not in the boot anymore. I'm not on a crutch. I'm not on the scooter. And so, but I just didn't realize how long the recovery was going to be.
Yes. Well, especially for somebody like you, you're ready to go. You've been ready to go.
And whether my foot is ready or not, we start vendor season
this weekend.
Every weekend. Thanks, Jonathan. We start vendor season Saturday. We have a St. Patrick's Day festival we're doing, and so foot be damned. I'll have a chair,
right?
But yeah, we're gonna be going. So,
love it.
Yeah. So that's how I am, just kind of literally limping along. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, hanging in there. It was 50 yesterday, which in Maine's like a heat wave. And
it's summertime.
So Jen and I went for a walk with the dogs yesterday, and it was like, oh my God, we didn't have to wear 14 layers today. We only had to wear a long sleeve shirt, a hoodie, and a light jacket. Still got to wear a beanie and gloves, but we're moving in the right direction.
Listen, when it's 50 degrees, I'm still wearing shorts, but I am in a hoodie.
Right.
I just, So, how is everybody doing? Looks like we are good.
Mm-hmm.
65 the other day in Massachusetts. Wow. Okay. Good.
That's what Steve said yesterday. It was 67 where he is in Mass.
Yeah.
Hey, Witch Moon. Yeah. So the weather's whack. We'll see how long it's going to be. And it's weird working at a ski resort where we're not having snow come down all the time. So
yeah.
Starting to see grass again, which is nice. Don't know how long that'll last either, but I'll take it.
I think your dog really kind of likes the snow though. So it's going to be
he loves snow.
Our dogs. Well, the one dog I have that's equipped for the snow, Chewbacca, could not have cared less for it. Tater and Leia, on the other hand, loved it. Rolled around in it. I was like, what the hell? The dog that is literally looks like a Wookiee was like, no, thank you.
Yeah, I think Bernie, once he figured out that it's not like sand, because he's just walking on sand and it does sink a little, but it,
Oh, right. I guess so.
And sink right through, and he would get real confused. But now he's figured it out, and he'll go tromping through the snow and hop through it. And
like my last ex-girlfriend, the weather can't make up its mind. Dated a few of those myself.
Oh my God. Mary Beth says she's not okay today. She's trying to cope. Whoop.
Yeah.
Wrong.
I know she messaged me. Bless her little
Wrong
heart.
one. So sending you lots of love, Mary Beth.
Yeah.
So we are having an interesting discussion tonight. I'm kind of excited about this.
We are having an interesting discussion. It may not be smart, but it'll be weird and likely go off the rails. Hey, Sandy.
Excellent.
So we're going to talk about dreams, auras, and then we're going to do like an ask us anything Q&A situation.
Yeah. Whatever
as far as dreams go, and if you guys are well versed in dreams and interpreting them, and please by all means help us out. I have weird ones.
I can't remember mine.
But really, ever?
Rarely.
Really?
Like as soon as I get up to go grab a pen to try and write it, it's gone.
Some of mine are like that, but a lot of mine I remember, and some of them just really take hold, and I don't ever forget. Like the last a few days ago, my dreams are never like prophetic. Never. I don't ever dream anything and then it happens. That's not anything that's ever happened for me. But like the subconscious is something that is always fascinated me. And when I was 17, I had to have my dog Maggie. I had to have her put to sleep because she was 17 herself. Right. And she was really sick. She had tumors and stuff. And it was so traumatic for me because it was my first pet. I'd had her for, 10 years. And a year after that, I had been working at like a gift shop. And in my dream, I was at work. And it was like a Spencer's kind of gift shop. And I was carrying around this puppy. And the puppy, like holding the puppy like a baby. I was carrying around this puppy, and the puppy was like asleep. But I was like, we've got to help this dog. We've got to help it. It's dying. We've got to help it. It's dying. And like, I could like it was almost like a stuffed animal because like the center was like open, but there was no blood or anything, but you could see inside. And I was like, look, it's dying. We've got to help. And I was sobbing hysterically. Hi, guys.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Sobbing hysterically to the point where my mom had to come into my room and wake me up. And I'm like, I was telling her, I was still crying when I woke up, even though I remembered it was a dream.
Yeah.
Later that day, I'm walking to work and I'm like, wait a minute, what is today? And this was before cell phones where you could just pull it out and be like, oh, today is like March 13th. Okay. It was the 1 year anniversary of when I had to have my dog put to sleep.
Oh, wow.
And I had not thought about it. I had forgotten it was coming up. It was just nothing crazy.
Dang.
And I have never forgotten that. I've never forgotten that. And then like couple nights ago, I had a dream where one of my oldest childhood friends and I no longer speak. And we haven't for a few years.
Mm-hmm.
And in my dream, we ran into each other and he apologized and I apologized and we hugged. It was so good to see you and it felt so good to be to have that moment with him.
Yeah.
And then I went downstairs. We were in like some hotel thing. Went downstairs and my other oldest childhood friend was down below and had watched me and this friend interact. And he was looking at me as I was walking down the stairs and he was shaking his head. And I got down there and I was like, what was that? And he just kind of looked at me and without speaking, I heard him say, that's you. Don't trust that. That's not right. And if you do, then you're going to have to say goodbye to me.
Oh, snap. Choices.
Like I had to pick one or the other.
Right. That's
and
wild.
I woke up and was like, what in the God's hell was that? So I will have dreams like that where I know there's meaning to it. I probably will figure it out later on.
Yeah.
But I really don't have, like I said, I really don't have prophetic dreams. Nothing I dream has ever like come true, which is kind of good because I dream about a lot of ghosts. For being in a lot of
in your waking life too. So, like everything in moderation, right?
A little bit. Yeah. So you don't remember your dreams?
So it's weird. Typically, no. Like I'll remember tiny little snippets, but not enough to put it together. And then it's all gone before like lunchtime. But I do have this weird, and this has happened to me well before I got into this stuff, where people would pass and come to me.
Okay.
Sometimes
I've had that. Yeah.
like,
I've had visitation dreams. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've had a few of those, or it's, it's a family member with a message for like my uncle came to me to give a message to his daughter, my cousin. And that was probably, 6-8 years ago.
Really?
But then I had one 2013. We had a friend who got drunk, and we were in Florida, drove into a house. And he was on.
We were just talking about something similar before the show.
I know. So I had gone to the hospital because I knew he was on. They were just basically, he had like an infection, so they were getting his fever down to donate organs. So it gave those of us who knew him a chance to say goodbye, right? Met his parents. So that was like on a Thursday night. And I went to bed Saturday. And I woke up the next morning and I had a dream. It was like 5:30 in the morning. I had a dream and I was watching this friend of mine. His name was Grant. I'm standing at a hotel lobby and I still remember this clear as day. So I know there's always a message if I actually can remember it all these years later. He's standing at a hotel lobby and I am too. And I'm like, what the hell happened to you? He's not talking. He's got on a football helmet and football pads. Weird. But he had a head
injury. Did he play football or?
No, had a head injury though. I guess that was the only thing I could really associate it to.
Wow, that's really cool.
But then, so he's not talking. And then this other guy comes from behind the lobby, like around the corner, puts his arm around Grant and walks off. And then I wake up. Well, unbeknownst to me, that morning around that time, they had pulled the plug on him. And what I had also forgotten, his brother had died of a drug overdose years before. So I'm pretty sure what I saw was him passing and his brother coming to get him, or them showing that to me.
Yeah.
And then it was like, well, what do I do with that? So I like wrote it in a card and mailed it to his parents. And I'm like, because obviously I needed. Anyway, I usually have dreams like that. They are very rare. I can probably count on both hands the amount of times I've had some dream like that. But it's always related to spirit.
Wow.
But other than that, can't remember shit. Much like my normal waking life, I can't remember anything. I can keep everybody else's life in order that I have to. that I'm helping do stuff. Like
I was just gonna say, you work for a lot of us.
I do, and so everybody else's life I can keep totally in check, but mine's just like, and I say this sarcastically, mine's a mess. But I can't remember things very well anyway. But dreams have always been an issue for me, so I would be curious to see what
That's,
people think or
yeah,
like
interesting. Yeah.
about, you know, the types of dreams they have. Here, let me pull some of these up because I know I've got some
Yeah.
questions. These were during you talking. She was too little
Gosh.
to remember the
Oh,
dog.
thank God. That
Uh,
was so traumatic for me.
very good friend of mine came to me after he passed.
I have had a visitation dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've had a
Yep.
visitation, my grandmother.
Different doors.
Different doors. I love the subject
Yeah,
of doors. It's cool, right? They're
it
like,
is cool.
I really do want to, I really would like to be able to have more time to spend studying them.
Sure.
Because if
Oh
I
yeah.
have a super weird dream, I am immediately getting up and like
Googling the meaning.
searching. What does this mean? What does a frog toaster mean?
Saw that. I commented. Did you
Did
see that today
Satori?
too?
Yes, I was just gonna say, did you show Satori
I tagged
Tom's
her in it.
toaster?
I was like, oh my God, we need that. Satori and I are both completely, well, Cody too, obsessed with frogs.
Did you see the little toaster's frog feet? It was
Oh my
so
God, it's so freaking cute. Well, I'll put it in the group chat so you know what we're talking about. Or you can go over to
Yes.
Tom Owen's page. I think that's where it originated.
Yes, I think you tagged Satori and so did I. So it was super cute. You know what? Probably. And yes, the person that I had seen where we apologized, that was I was surprised.
Yeah.
Because no, my family and I cut all ties with him, and I was like,
Yeah, that was a
that on
pretty
that.
significant cut you had. I remember that.
Right. The other friend was, he knew about it.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I understand it's really difficult. I support you, but it was just really weird. The two of them, I don't know. What is going on here? I cannot visualize things when awake. Are very vivid and I remember them. Has anybody or does anybody know how to lucid dream? I've always wanted to try.
Yes. Well, don't know how. Have done it twice, but not on purpose.
Oh God, that had to be scary.
As usual, Andrea's fault. As usual. It's usually Andrea's fault when weird shit, like by astral travel or some shit like that, it's almost always Andrea's fault. So I'm just going to blame it on her. But she knows this already, so it's fine. If you go run and tell her, yeah. Aaron blames me for a lot of things. But I don't know how to.
I would love to astral project as well. For whatever reason, I only ever astral project to the same place. It's a dirt road. There's a dead tree lying across the road, and there's daisies growing out from underneath it. Every time when I go, that's where I go. I don't know why. I don't know the road. I don't know. I dreamt the doorbell rang. I opened the door. My parents and brothers are there. I shouted, "There you are. I've missed you so much. I have so much to tell you." Wow.
Yeah. But my mom, she'll never admit it. It's quite a sensitive. She can tell you who's in the room energetically. Like my mom's very intuitive. Kelly.
Wow, that's cool.
All the time. Yep.
Sleep paralysis? Yep. No, thank you.
Thanks.
I never, ever. We covered sleep paralysis, Laura and I was those kinds of things are what scare me in the paranormal.
Yeah.
Those are the things that scare me. Demons, sleep paralysis, that kind of stuff are what I don't like covering. Possession cases, I don't like covering. Anything else, I'm not really afraid. And folks that are here, like that are watching it, Zach is here, like everybody knows that, and I will go charging into the creepy sub basement of a lunatic asylum first. I'm not afraid.
No, she's not.
But these things, sleep paralysis,
no.
I would be so I would be so upset about it because I love my sleep, and the idea that Zach, there he is, and there he is. The idea that something like that would happen, or that I would not be able to move but see something in my I do not like that one iota.
Mom, I'm gonna talk about Dad for a second. So you have sleep paralysis, which we know if in a lot of instances your body and when it's not like a paranormal issue. We know that our body gets to a state where it sort of paralyzes itself as in its dream state, right? Whatever. REM sleep is, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
My dad doesn't go into REM sleep. So he like in dreams punched my mom, not trying to punch her in the face, but he's fighting in his dreams. And mom started, when the dog starts moving from the middle to the side of the bed, she's like, uh-oh, here we go. Because his body never gets to that state. Like, he's asleep.
Really?
But his body hasn't shut down. He lives his dreams out physically while he's sleeping.
Oh God, the poor dog is like
falling out of the bed. Oh yeah. We thought about putting crib bumpers up for him, so he didn't roll out of the bed. They got a tall bed. So there's the opposite, which I think is just as scary. Oh, here it is. Yes. REM sleep disorder. Yeah. Sorry to blow Dad's cover, but it's an interesting thing. You don't hear about that very often.
Yeah, really. That's wow. That's, scary, but also fascinating
and funny sometimes.
About. Yeah.
Anyway.
Dead trees symbolize loss, death, but the daisies represent a new beginning. New beginnings cannot happen without the death of something. It's been about a year since I've traveled there, but I had been going to the same place for, well, I don't know, maybe since I guess the podcasts in 2019. Mm-hmm. So that's interesting. Ooh, see, I gotta study dreams. I love this. This is cool. An astral project. I am trying to get to Versailles. That's where I want to go.
That's a good goal. Oh wait,
I want to get to Versailles.
Mary Beth says when you're REM sleep is when you're dreaming, you can talk, move, anything. Okay, I may have the state wrong, but he does have REM sleep disorder. So
I have those types of dreams often. Maybe it's due to my autism. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah. I taught myself a safe word. Wow. This is so cool.
Interesting, right? Which moon? Sorry, I'm going back. I'm trying to keep up with the
comments. I know, so am I.
Go out of order. Had sleep paralysis until I was 40. Had telepathic fight with it, and I've never had it since. Interesting.
Wow, that is interesting. Yeah, sleep paralysis, the very idea, it terrifies me. I don't like the idea of not being able to move, and there's something. No, thank you.
Well, it's kind of like what would happen when the parents were at the farm, being in that bubble where, something's after Carolyn, and she's, basically elbowing her, and it might as well be dead at that point because there's no reaction.
Oh my God.
Nothing. Just completely oblivious of what's gone on, wakes up in the morning and his back is shreds. No idea. Never woke up.
Yeah, I love the idea, and I love visitation dreams. My grandmother, and I've said this on on the shows, the different shows that I've been on, that how I got into the paranormal was I grew up with a story that my grandmother had told where my mom's father, my grandma's husband, died when my mom was 15 years old.
Okay.
And he just, an aneurysm ruptured near his heart, and he just dropped dead at work.
Yeah.
That was it. He was in heaven before he knew what had happened. Right. But when my mom was in her mid-20s, she was living in Texas, and my grandmother was back in Arizona, and she had a dream that my grandfather was standing at the foot of their bed in his work clothes that he died in, and he was like, Gladys, you need to wake up. Nancy needs you. You need to wake up. You need to wake up. Nancy needs you. And she was like, what are you doing here? What do you mean? And why are you wearing that? And he was like, you need to, he was urgent about it. And then the dream, this phone started to ring. And so it woke her up because the phone was actually ringing. And it was my mom in Texas calling to tell her she was in the hospital because her appendix had almost ruptured.
Good God.
And my grandmother told that story to anybody that would listen. And so I grew up knowing that story. And so I was like, I knew it. I knew they were still with us. So when my grandmother died, I was so grief stricken
Yeah.
by her death because she helped raise me. I was so grief stricken by her death that I couldn't get out of it. I couldn't get any kind of way out of it. And so about a year after she had died, she came to visit me. And just being able to say goodbye to her and
Right.
all of that, like it just helped kind of lift me up out of that.
Sorry.
And I love visitation dreams. They're amazing.
They are.
They're
And I love it too, because I think if you have them and you get them and they've charged you with giving a message to someone, that can sometimes be tricky. I know you, me, and Tom have had that discussion before.
Yeah.
But it still somehow feels like an honor to be kind of selected, like that you're the person they wanted to give the message to relay to that other person. Like there's some sort of those kinds of things I hold really close, because I don't see spirits like you do typically. Like I don't, it's very different for me. So when it does happen that way, it's like there's some sort of honor in that, and having to make sure that you get that information to them. Because again, as representatives of spirit, I think visitation dreams, although rare for me, are always very important. And they're the only ones I remember.
Yeah. And like they're sometimes like my mom will sometimes kind of get upset because, well, why hasn't grandma ever come to me? Or, my aunt came to her granddaughter, but not her grandson. So, you know what I mean? And I don't know why. I don't know why they do that. I don't.
Same.
Hey, Brendan.
Anybody have sick dreams? This is weird.
I'm sorry, sick dreams? Like that was sick, or
like when you're sick, like physically sick. My mom and I have the exact same sick dream.
Is it
standing? This is gonna sound so nuts. Short though. You're this tiny little person in this big room, just square room, and there's a boulder in each corner, and it just takes turns rolling you over. But you don't die. Like
do you feel being squished by it?
I don't know, but I mentioned it to my mom when I was younger, and she has the same dream. I haven't had it in a long time. Like I had to be really sick. I think I had pneumonia and scarlet fever or something together at the same time. So I was pretty sick.
Jesus H.
So I was sick. So it was a lot. I hadn't been, like I've had it a handful of times, but it's always the same dream. Yeah, yeah.
Fever dreams.
Rolling over. Awful. Yes, same dream. What are
you girls are woohoo. I'm kidding.
Right?
But there's some kind of comfort in that. Like if my mom, if I was having that weird ass dream, but my mom was too, I'd be like, oh, thank God.
It's not just
right.
I'm not alone.
Together. Like,
right.
That's wild.
Yeah. It is wild. Dreams are weird. DNA memories. I have no idea. I don't know what that means, but I'd like to know what that means.
What in the Wile E. Coyote? Exactly.
What in the Wile E. Coyote?
Exactly.
I love it.
Like, could you feel getting squished by it? Or
no, I just remember the boulders rolling. I don't remember being squished. I just remember them, and they came from each corner, like at a, like at a rhythm, like I don't even know how often. But again, I don't remember stuff. I was 6. I haven't had it in a long time.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, those are the worst.
I cannot. Yeah, those dreams, I've had that happen. I don't love those at all.
No, I don't like those either. Jonathan, this happens to me every night, but that's menopause for me anyway.
Same.
Sorry, I had to take that chance to kind of
listen.
myself.
I had a dream my father, who I didn't get along with, got into a bad car accident. I didn't know what happened to him or where he was a week later. Whoa.
Yeah, that's some prophetic stuff.
Yeah, see, I don't ever had a dream of some French.
See, now, so my question is...
That's so cool, though.
It's like a time slip. Time slips are my favorite, by the way, in case anybody didn't know. I am obsessed with time slips. So
I do like those.
Do you think there's a chance it's a time slip in a dream state? I don't know. That would be cool.
I don't know.
Time slips are fascinating.
Those are really, really cool.
Interesting.
I know that I have it on the list. When we bring History of a Haunting back to cover them because they're absolutely crazy. Oh, really?
Wild. Love that. Sorry.
I know. I think that is so. I'm telling you, dreams. I love them. Like I said, I wish that I could. I had the time to study them more.
Yeah.
We should probably have Zach on the show one of these times because I guarantee he has studied he's
dream known to man.
He has taken every class Udemy offers. I'm just going to say that.
Right.
Whether it is metaphysical or an accounting, maybe he's got an accounting degree by now. Perhaps he knows how to fix car. I don't really
know. How to run a farm or
how to run a farm. Yeah, you know, maybe he's computer science major.
Well, and I think it's interesting because, you know, I love hearing about other people's dreams. Like I remember Dad telling me he had a dream. He was flying, which I was always really jealous of. And then he played golf in our swimming pool with a president or something like that. Like, and I just, why not mine like that? You know, like
was the pool filled with water or was it an empty pool? Wow. Okay.
No. Yeah, it made no sense. But cool.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Well, now we're going to have to start putting on the Facebook page, like whenever we have like a really kooky dream.
Yeah, I love it.
I think that's going to be a ton of fun. That's pretty much all I know about dreams. And that is nothing.
Same here.
Except that I want to astral project and I want to learn how to lucid dream. My ex-fiance could lucid dream. They're not fun to sleep next to because he was yeah, that was really weird, but I would like to try it. Yeah. I know that you have to like put your finger through your hand, and if you can put your finger through your hand, you're not lucid dreaming, or you are, or something. You guys are trying to stay awake, sort of hard to explain. I've astral traveled. If I look at my feet there, I always wake up. See, there's stuff like that. Like
it's like some Inception shit, basically. Like you have your
kind of,
you know what I mean? Like
you must have
your one the type, like the spinny top. You've got your thing that you can
get yourself out of it if you needed to. I would be afraid that I would have Versailles all to myself, just me and the ghosts. And then like get into a fascinating conversation with Louis XIV and then accidentally hit my little, bracelet or whatever and beam myself back home.
Beam yourself back. Yeah.
Damn it.
Right. Well, and let's go on to another subject that we know a little about, but not enough to have like a class on it, but it's something that we've been kind of talking about doing.
Yes, we have.
And Carrie's going to run with most of this one.
Yes, and again, thank you to Zach because he another one of his certifications. But he helped me out with some of this stuff to kind of get an idea. But I did learn, I don't know, a year or so ago how to look for my aura. So we're gonna show of hands or show of yeses or show of comments. Does anybody know how to see their own aura or to see auras around anyone or anything?
We'll see what people say.
And
comment in the chat. I can do trees in my hand.
Okay.
In hand. That's how I learned it. But that's the extent of my
trees and hands.
Yeah.
Okay. So, either if you have a white envelope or some white paper or something, we're gonna do a teeny weeny little exercise.
We're getting mostly no's. Jason says he's used a white wall. Jason is quite a
yes. Or if you have a white wall, that will help. I don't have like all my walls are surrounded by pictures. So if you don't have a white wall, then paper will do, or an envelope or whatever.
I had the best reading at Ocean State Paracon with Jason. God, I can't
Oh,
wait.
really?
Yeah, he has a really cool thing that I can't remember the name of it. Jason, help me out. The way he does readings, it was really, really cool. I never had one like that before. Hopefully he'll pop that in there.
Hey,
Anyway.
there you go. Window shade, whatever.
Yep, whatever you got.
Whatever you got. Okay, so throw up the first
Oracle dice. That's what it is. Sorry.
Oracle dice?
He does, or you throw Oracle dice and he reads off that. It was the coolest thing I've ever done.
Okay, well, I'll write that down.
Oracle dice.
I want to learn how to do everything.
I know. Agreed. Thank you, Jason, because my brain, again, memory's a sieve. Can't remember anything.
Throw up the first picture that just...
Okay, you ready?
Wait, hang on. Yeah, Anatomy of Aura, that one?
Got it.
There we go. Okay. So essentially, guys, an aura is an energy field that encloses any living body or object. So I'm sure you guys have seen them if Paracons, things like that. They might have aura readers there, or you might have gone somewhere where somebody will do aura photography. So it essentially looks like this little lady sitting, on the ground, and then like different bands of color around her. So we're not going to get too much into auras and like what they mean and into the real meat and potatoes of it. Right now, we're just going to talk a little bit about them and practice kind of looking at our own. Mm-hmm. So let's see, where do we want to start?
Do you want to throw up that second slide before?
I can't remember what the second slide was. Okay.
Just so that when you do your kind of experiment, then people kind of know what things
perfect.
Like.
Yes. So when you're reading an aura, or you're just kind of, even if it's not something that you want to do like on a regular basis or anything as far as that, but you really like to be able to get good enough where you can just look at a person and just see their aura. The diameter of the aura, as it says here, more is better if it's a thicker color around them. The tone of the aura color matters as well. If it's a brighter tone, it's a positive. If it's a darker tone, it's a negative. Maybe they're going through something. Maybe they're grieving. Maybe they're having, maybe they're depressed or they have anxiety. And the color of the aura is extremely important as well.
We have
the other thing about auras that I had learned is that auras grow with you. And by that, I mean, like, if you are like when Erin and I are doing this show and we're talking about something we're really excited about, and we get more animated and we're like, our auras, the diameter of them, they grow. Mm-hmm. They grow.
Yeah.
Likewise, if somebody can have like black flecks in their aura, their color, that could mean that they're maybe struggling with something like in their life or internally or what have you. So if you get really, really good at reading auras, mm-hmm. then you'll be able to just take a look at a person and right away know that they are having some sort of troubles. Likewise, if you are the type of person, I know that there are some people that just can kind of put their hands around you and feel mm-hmm. a kind of, what's the word I'm looking for here, Erin? I feel a kind of texture to your aura.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then if it's in a certain spot on your body, it might align with a chakra. It might align with like, an organ in your body. So,
yeah, Energy work does that a lot of times. When you see people doing Reiki and they're hovering their hands over spots, that's because they've found a
Like
block
an area that needs
chakra,
some
a hole in
attention.
the aura, or like physical
Okay.
pain. You're feeling that because you're feeling like a lot of us don't touch people. We're just hands off. But to your point, it helps you feel where things are off in the body. So yeah.
That is so cool. So
Mhm.
Sandy said, a friend of mine a long time ago told me Amanda's aura was strong and bright and coming out of her like crazy. This is before we knew she had her abilities.
Yep.
You know, I love that, because that I would imagine that, especially in children, I would imagine that their auras are really bright and they're really colorful. I've also just kind of through my own training as far as like the Akashic records and things like that, and knowing that like the level of souls and guides in heaven, knowing that they are colored as well. They're
Mhm.
like a certain color. So
Yeah.
whatever level of soul you have, like down here that you're living in this body, you might be projecting that level of soul that you were in heaven. So like purple is like the very, very top.
Mhm.
That's like the master, like you don't come back, you don't have to reincarnate. You are just kind of there to train other guides sort of situation. Am I making any sense? Because now it sounds a
Got
little
the system.
it sounds a little convoluted as I'm hearing myself say it, but am I making any kind of sense?
To me, yes.
To you, okay, to you guys?
Yeah. We'll see.
Okay.
I know when I met Roger, because Roger can read auras. Perrin. He said, "You have the tallest, crystal clear aura I've ever seen." I was like, "Sure, I don't know what that means." And then I read it and I'm like, "Oh, okay." But
Which
the
moon? Angie had watched your on our This Little Light of Mine Skincare has a YouTube channel, and Erin did a video where she was infusing the products with Reiki. She watched it and she saw your aura and she was like, it was just dazzling.
Oh, who did?
Angie.
Oh, cool. I
Yeah,
didn't know
Witch
that.
Moon. Yeah. So she had commented on the Facebook page, that post where I was like, bring your white paper. So go back and read it, because she was taken
Cool.
aback by your aura.
Huh, thanks.
I know.
Oh, shucks.
So some people's auras will reflect the level of soul. Erin is dazzling. I agree.
Thanks, Mom. Mom has to say that 'cause she's my mom.
But I don't. So.
Touche. Touche. You could say a lot worse. So,
Right.
we'll take the compliments or we can get them, right?
Exactly. So some people's auras will reflect the level of soul that they are when they are back up in heaven. Now, as far as I've always kind of been practicing to read people's auras,
Yeah.
but for me, I see people's souls. And for me, I see a soul in every single person. And to
Right.
me, it's light that comes out of the top of their head,
Mm-hmm.
goes straight into the sky. I can see how bright that light is, how strong it is. I can see if it is flickering. I can see if it is dimming. I can see if there's no light at all. If I walk wide around somebody, better follow me, because there's no light coming out of their head. But I can't shut that off. Every single person, I see their soul. So their light is what I focus on most of the time, their soul, that I don't really pay attention to their aura, because most people's souls are such a brilliant, dazzling lights.
Yeah.
That it kind of takes away from me being able to see an aura around them, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, like when we talk, for me, like I will get downloads of color. Like, so, if I see somebody, blow dry a mess. I'll get a download of the color, but typically, like we were talking about before the show, I see people's, and so you see their souls, I see their energy, which makes sense because of the lanes that we kind of
Right.
So to me, like anxiety and chaos, tension looks like TV static. That's what their energy
Right.
looks like. If it's like depression or going through a rough time, grief looks like tar, like slow, almost like molasses dripping down the side of a.
Man, do I know that energy? Yeah.
I don't think I've ever said anything more southern in my life. But I'm like you, like I noticed that first.
Yeah.
So I don't really, I may get the download of a color, but I don't ever actually see the color on it.
Right. Certainly not around like the physical body. Mary Beth, yes, I can do that with pictures too. Yeah.
Yes, she can.
So it is. And your hair grows like a weed. Didn't you just get it cut pretty short not that long ago? And look how long it is already.
No, it grows fast.
Yeah.
Aaron's rocking the emo look tonight. Yeah, it's all in the way.
You gotta go very energy and souls. Yeah.
Energy and souls. Yeah.
Yeah. So we are going to do a little bit of practice in trying to see our auras. There's a couple of different ways that we can do this. So if you have your blinds or you have your wall or you just have paper, we've got a couple of different ways that we can do this. Now, for people, and certainly for me, when I first started doing this, people will, in the beginning, they will see white or like a grayish color, or maybe like a black, maybe like a little like black fading into gray from white kind of situation before you will actually see colors. And that's fine. Apparently that's perfectly, sorry, I'm kicking things around under my desk. That's fine because that's just kind of how we all start out. Unless we're, just some real powerful, being that can just read auras like with no training at all. Great. But, do we have to have a bright room light? Well, I mean,
probably because you need to be able to focus
a little
on what's going on out, or however you're going to do it. You need to be able to see.
You need to be able, to see.
What if I put up like a white background on this, like a pure white background?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Let me hold on. Let me make that happen real quick. Hang on.
So while she's doing that, there's a few different ways that I'm going to show you how you can take a look at your aura. And yeah, if you have a piece of paper, which is what I'm going to use, or if you have like a wall, something that doesn't have patterns on it. So like my doors here, I could probably use my doors, but they have a pattern on them, and so the light is going to be reflecting like in a shadowy kind of way. And then I don't have literally any other wall space that I can do this with, except maybe.
All right, I'm gonna make this really easy. All right, tell me if this works. It's gonna take the whole screen though, so let's just see if this works. And then when you're ready to use it, you just tell me.
Oh, okay. Oh, hey, okay.
I don't know if that's.
Yeah, actually, that does. That works really well.
Okay, so we can hide it for now, and you just tell me when you want to put it up.
I'm all, yeah, done. Okay. Okay, so. All right. So if you want to use the white screen as soon as Erin turns it on.
You ready?
The first way that I learned how to see my own aura.
Do you want it up? Did you say you wanted it
up? No, not quite yet. But yeah. Okay. Sorry. No, let me show you. Let me show you how to do it. Yeah. And then we'll try it. So the first way is the way that I learned it is basically, now you can, my ball is bigger than my phone. You can, Erin and I, we like to get our energy moving. We like rub our hands together, or you can do that with your two fingers, because we're going to look between these two fingers.
Okay.
Can we see my, okay. So So if you want to do that, you can certainly, kind of get your energy going in between your hands or in between your fingers. But what you're going to do is you're going to take a look at that white wall or the white screen here, whatever, and you're going to hold your fingers about this far apart, not far apart at all, like really teeny tiny. And you're going to kind of look at the space between your fingers. Look at the space between your fingers, and then you're going to start to see like a white outline around your finger, around your thumb. And once you notice that, start to slowly open your fingers more and more and more. And you will see the aura. Start to see your aura around those fingers. For me, it might be the same way for you, that it was a white light. And then as it got further and further and further apart, it started to become gray. And the more I looked at it, it started to become yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can try it that way with just your fingers. That was the first way I did it. It worked for me. So if that works for you, great. If not, the other way that you can do it, same premise against the white backdrop when Erin does it, is you can rub your hands together, and then you can put your hand in a fist, so kind of like facing outward. And then what you're going to do is you're going to open your hand. Now, you can either kind of relax your eyes and then refocus them, maybe kind of use the peripheral vision and look at this space here, or in between your fingers here. And as you sort of relax your eye and kind of like see what's not there, if that makes any kind of sense, and you just are sort of studying the spaces there, you'll start to see the same thing, the white outline kind of come through that area. So that's another way that you can do it. The last way is you take your fingers like this, okay? And you're actually this is when you're going to use it like on your desk. So you've got your paper here. You take your fingers like this and you put them down on the white piece of paper, and you kind of stare into this center area for about 15 to 20 seconds on the white piece of paper under the good lighting. And you just kind of stare at it. You want to make sure that your hands aren't making any kind of like a shadow, so that it's just white beneath your hands. And you stare at it, and then you close your eyes and kind of clear your vision. And then when you look back at it, you'll start to see this. You'll start to see, like, I already can see the white line around my fingers.
Right.
We've got 3 different ways to try and do it. You can look between your fingers here, this little space. So once you start to see that white, the white kind of outline of your finger and your thumb, open your fingers a little bit more, and you'll see that it'll separate and then become very obvious, almost like you have like this bubble around your fingers.
Yep.
The next one, like I said, you can do the fist, and then open up your hand and then look in here or look in here. And then the last one, do this on the paper. Stare at that center area of your hand for about 15 to 20 seconds. And then close your eyes for, to kind of clear your vision for about 5 seconds. And then look at this. You'll start to see the same. You'll start to see it. So does anybody have any questions? I know I kind of blew through that fairly quickly.
I'll say that quick before we go. Jason, who I would imagine already knows how to see these things and is trying these out. So that's cool. And we're going to get to the colors too. We're going to get there.
We're definitely going to get to the colors too. What happens if you see tiny sparks shooting out from white light? That I've heard is also common in auras.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All
right, you want to try it? Are you ready?
I do, yeah.
Anybody's got questions, so I think we can and then I'll just leave that screen up until you tell me to take it down.
Okay, so let's give it, I don't know. We can still see the chat. Let's just kind of work on this for maybe, I don't know, 2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, we could do that if you want to pop that up for 2
Yep.
minutes, and we'll just kind of be quiet and just see how we are doing.
Love it. All right. 2 minutes is up.
I am having
Reading
So
the comments.
yes, I'm reading the comments. This is so fun.
All right, so I'm gonna
How
pop.
did you do?
So it's weird for me. I got a little bit of yellow, but I still see the energy of it. So
That's cool though.
like Tron, like a ribbon around everything, like white.
Yes.
White glowing. That
Well, and you know, this because so I did like all three of them. I wanted to see which did better, and the one that I saw the most clear was this one and this one. But as I looked at it, it very clearly, very defined edges around the light, and it was because I'm not again. I don't do this a lot, but it was white that was starting to like the edges were becoming like were gray, but it was very defined lines around it. It was really cool. And looking at
I'm gonna I'll pull the comments up. I'll go through them from like the beginning. But I want to say first, so we don't get nailed for copy. That music is Kevin MacLeod Healing. We got that on YouTube just so we don't get any dings on Ken's end later. All right, so let me go through these. Let me start at the beginning. So Jonathan said he thought he was seeing some yellow.
Cool.
Master Cylinder, pretty cool blue in a kind of weird way. Like it. All right.
It's so cool.
Right? Kel, all white here. I see the differentiation between the white screen and the aura, though, clearly. Yep.
Isn't that neat? That's so cool.
I know Mary Beth's having trouble with double vision, so she can't see anything, but she's going to try tomorrow.
Yeah.
Jonathan also thought he saw a bit of blue as well.
Blue. Okay. Yep.
Brent,
yellow is good. Yep.
Grayish white. All right. So everybody's been able to see the.
That's exactly what I had, Brendan. Yeah.
The aura, like the energetic aura around it.
Yeah.
Let me clear outer rim, purple in the center, lots of sparkles like glitter.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of like Kelly's. Lori saw some yellow. Jonathan now getting a purple white with a bluish purple edge. Interesting.
Yes.
Love
and
it.
From what I understand, the more you practice at it, the more you're just going to become you're just going to become like a natural at it. Really, you'll just your eyes will become so trained to see that outline around people, and you'll start to see brighter colors, and you'll start to it's just going to get really bright white, getting whiter, but couldn't see color. Me too. That's exactly what I saw. So, and it was so defined.
Well, and here's the thing, and it's not in the color list because it's not a color. There is a clear aura.
Yes.
So that is possible too, that you may not see color because your aura might be clear, but they can change. I know they can fluctuate.
Yes.
Like what's going on in your life. We'll get into colors. My mom said she sees white glow. I'm surprised because we see a lot of things.
The pinchy fingers is I didn't have the right light for the others. Yep. That worked for me. That was another one. I was watching it and I'm like, also, I don't have contacts. I need to get contacts, and I don't have my glasses on. So I was like one eye in it, kind of like, how's this going? But it worked.
So she sees white, bright white, glowing, does the color come in between your fingers, or is it your finger, the white, then the color?
Color come in between your fingers and the white, or is it your finger, then the white, then the color? Well, the white eventually will become the color.
Right.
So if you're seeing white, and then it's sort of like the way what I was seeing was like white, but then the edges of the white were becoming colored.
Yeah.
So that might be, if that's what you're asking.
And again, too, this isn't something that either of us have ever studied, really taken a deep dive on. So we're also kind of learning it as you are. So thanks to Zach for all the information on for us to be able to show tonight, so we can learn it as well.
Yeah.
So we're learning it kind of like you are. I'd learned about the trees a while ago, but I never really tried to see my own. So I think this is kind of neat. So everybody has
kind of cool, right?
Little something. Yeah. So, and I think too, to your point, if you keep practicing, let us know what you're seeing. Like, throw it in the group page on Facebook, and, let us know how that's kind of working out for you, because we would be, it's very interesting for us all to learn something at the same time.
Yeah, for sure. And Mary Beth, yes, you will absolutely eventually be able to do it. don't worry. I understand right now, you know, with as upset as you've been, it is like, yeah, like Angie said, it's like a muscle. Everything, all of this that we do is all like a muscle.
So I said trees. I guess I didn't mention that. So you can do this. The way I first learned to read the aura energy or whatever of something was trees. And I can't remember, it might have been Andrea. But if you go outside and you focus on the tree leaves, and like Carrie said, you kind of unfocus your eyes a little bit, you'll start to see that same kind of, because basically the white of what you're seeing is your own energetic field is what you're seeing at first.
Yeah.
Right? That's really kind of what you're tapping into. With trees, same thing, but it's kind of, to me, it almost looks like a fuzzy,
a fuzzy haze kind of around him. Yeah.
Yeah, super tall, but that's how I learned at first that you could read the energy of things was by trees. So that's what that is.
Yeah. Yeah. And trees and rocks and all of that, they all have auras too.
Yeah. Do you want to get into the colors?
Yes. So let's get into the colors. This I think is really, really cool. Because I mean, like we kind of talked about a little, right? Yeah, right there. I don't have any. They're all sticks right now, but hopefully in a few weeks there'll be leaves on the trees again.
Look past the object. That's
yes, kind of like let your peripheral vision, it'll pick it, you'll see it, it'll pick it out, your peripheral vision, if you're looking in a certain spot.
Yeah.
And then you'll be able to like kind of see it. It's sort of like those magic eye.
Yes.
Those little magic eye posters from the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Where you really had to kind of like look at it, but not to see the
image.
Statue of Liberty come through the whatever.
Yeah. All right. So I'll do the first. You may just start popping them up.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wait. Wrong color. There we go.
Yeah. So they're all very much like chakra colors, which that kind of has helped me as far as like with aura colors, not necessarily like, you know, they're not exactly the same things, but they have red aura color. It's a brighter tone. It, you know, physically, you know, strength, mental confidence, endurance, grounded. If it's a bit of a darker shade, then there might be some sort of malady that might be going on. Physically, they might be tired. They might be having some musculoskeletal problems, anything related with your colon, menstrual issue, prostate related problems, mentally, laziness, procrastination, maybe some aggression. This does correlate to the red chakra, which is the root chakra, which is also the same kind of physical areas where you might be having some troubles if you have a blocked root chakra as well.
Yes. Yeah. Orange.
With orange, again, you want to take a look and see if is it a bright orange? Is it a darker orange? The brighter the tone, physical, the general health, good sexual health, mental, creativity, emotion. Darker tone, there might be some underlying problems, poor general health, sexual health, mental, could be obsessing a little bit about certain things or a situation, or, you know, anything that we as humans tend to obsess over, but maybe in a more unhealthy way.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and again, right on with the chakras, because orange is the sacral, and that's kind of the home of especially sexual health. That's where orange lives. All right, so let me go. All right, yellow.
The brighter tones, and a bit of a more I don't want to say healthy aura, but maybe a brighter yellow, good digestive health, mental self-esteem, intelligence. Those are, you know, higher, darker tone, poor digestion, mental sleep disorder, stress and anxiety. Again, yellow is right there. Solar plexus, same area.
Yep.
Excuse
me.
Green, again, the brighter greens, physical, healthy heart and lungs, mental, empathy, wisdom, positivity, progressive, darker tone greens, um, heart and lung problems potentially, mental relationship issues, loneliness. Again, green is also the color of the heart chakra.
Mm-hmm.
Blue, I love blue. Blue, brighter tone blues, healthy thyroid, teeth, and gums. The blue chakra is the throat chakra, so right in that same area. Mental communication, expression, truthfulness. Throat chakra is the center of your being able to communicate. Darker tone, a darker blue, you might have some thyroid problems, teeth and gum related problems, mental shyness, lack of communication, lying, gossiping, backbiting. That might be if you were to see maybe a darker blue aura on somebody, then that might be something that they're struggling with. Or maybe they're not struggling with it at all. Maybe they like to be lying, gossipy, and backbiting. I don't know. Some people do like that.
Yep, I can attest to that. Okay. All right. I think I have blue twice. Yeah, I do. All right.
Yeah,
Indigo.
Indigo, same thing. A brighter tone indigo, healthy eyes, head, brain, everything in that. This whole general area, mental spirituality and peace. Obviously, that is the color of the third eye chakra. So that's where that center is going to be. A darker tone indigo, maybe kind of edging toward maybe like even a like looking so dark it's maybe black, or a very very dark blue. Physical, same thing. Maybe vision, poor vision, head and brain related issues. Maybe you have headaches, mental delusion, lack of imagination, lack of feeling spiritually connected. That might be something as well with this one.
Lastly,
Violets, brighter toned violets are going to be healthy brain, mental, visionary, spiritually very strong. The crown chakra is at the very top of our head, and that is a bright violet color. If you see somebody that has maybe a darker tone violet aura color, then they may be having some brain related issues. Maybe they have migraines, maybe they have anything else that might be that they might be struggling with at the time, mental addiction, detachment from reality, or undergoing some sort of spiritual crisis if they have a more darker tone violet aura color.
love it. That turned into be a pretty good
that was so much fun.
Crash course. Let me pull up comments because I wasn't looking at them because of the pulling those up. All right, so let's see what we got.
Green and orange colors.
This is what I wanted to pull up on Tom. When I got my aura photo taken, I was deep purple and magenta, which surprises me zero.
I know, me too.
It's very powerful, sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, you can have aura photos done. There's almost always somebody at a Paracon who does aura photography, so be on the lookout for that.
I don't know how it's done. Okay. Zach, you want to chime in? Do you know how it's done? I'm pretty sure Zach probably became certified in aura photography through Udemy as well.
Probably. Yeah. It is really interesting. So, and I think because it's already 9:15, so we'll probably have to push the AMA to another week.
That's okay.
I think what is cool about this is because we're all getting to learn this at the same time, and it's like now I have something to play with the rest of the week.
I know, right?
Zach, come on, Zach.
No idea. You let me down.
I'll get us a definition of a crystal clear aura because that it's, if I remember right, like you can be a chameleon. You can kind of adjust to anyone, anywhere, anytime. But if I remember right, but I'll get the definition.
That makes sense.
Of clear aura.
You are slacking.
Yes, Zach. Just kidding. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I was talking with Zach about it like a few days ago when you had announced what we were going to be going over, and so then he was sending me these different things, and I was like, you know what, I really want to look this up. And I had forgotten how fascinated I am by auras and all of this. I do miss being in Arizona because Sedona is that place is just this magical spiritual wonderland, and they have a ton of yay. They have a ton of aura photographers in Sedona. And so I really wish I could hopefully there'll be one at Gettysburg or
I'm sure. There will be.
OSR or
There definitely will be. I meant Ken mentioned this because he popped in the studio that we needed to tell. So Carrie and I, sorry for y'all, are hosting town hall on Monday night.
Yes. For
what we're talking about? Nope. And on purpose, we're not coming up with a subject. We're just going to pop in and we're just going to talk about whatever comes up.
Whatever comes up, probably another weird dream that I have, or maybe we'll pick up this aura conversation again because a lot of you are attend their town halls. Yay! I'm so glad you guys had a good time, and yes, if everybody can send positive energy and prayers to Bandit again. He's starting to have some renal failure, so we're gonna.
Love it.
We are going to do everything that we can energetically for you, sweet girl. I promise.
Yep. And do you have a sweary affirmation? I don't know if you had your deck.
I do.
Do you want me to pull one from mine too? Oh yeah, Tom. Good point.
What?
Go look at the moon. We have.
Yes. Is that
tonight?
Wait. Is it tonight or is it tomorrow?
I think it's tonight. Well, it's technically tomorrow because it's early in the morning.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. So it is like 1:20 to 2:30 Eastern
like
time a.m.
Ooh, Kel's doing another. I met Kelly when I met Andrea and them. She actually was at the St. Augustine Strange Escapes event, so that's how I know Kelly.
Oh my gosh, that would be so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. These are all of our prior ones. So
2:30 to 3:30. Excuse me.
East Coast time. Okay, good.
Thank you, Jason.
That reminds me, I've got to set out my moon water.
I need to do that too.
I also need to set out my crystals. It
won't freeze tonight, I don't think.
Your moon ice.
Ice cubes.
Slushies.
Yeah, moon slushies.
Joseph, I'll be sleeping in, so if someone takes pics. Oh, good. Yay. Okay, good.
Yeah, you'll pull yours and I'll pull mine, and then we'll show, because I just can't help myself. We'll show the trailer for Last Bite again in case anybody hasn't seen it, and if you have, I love it anyway, and I know it's pretty funny, so we're gonna watch that again.
Okay. Yep, Andrew opened my third eye too. Yep, you and me, girl. Life has never been the same again. Thank God for her.
I was standing there with happened for both of you.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So the sweary affirmation. Let me see here.
Ooh.
Okay.
What you got, girl?
Fuck yes, I am.
Well, that'll coincide with the card I pulled too.
Cool. Good. I love it when this happens.
All right, let's see. Of course, I have it so freaking dark in here like a cave. I don't even know if I can read the words. So I don't know if I can focus on this camera. It's Forge, Don't Follow. It's hard
to I like that.
Pave a new path. Be the leader you wish you had. If you wait until the path is perfectly paved, you won't be forging your own path, and you'll likely not even take the first step. Don't let a small detail like being unable to find someone to show you the way be the reason you don't step forward and lead. Let it be the reason that you do. The most courageous and needed leaders are the ones who don't wait for permission or until the morning they wake up feeling ready. They take a deep breath, put one foot in front of the other, and figure it out as they go. They don't wait for someone to lead them. They lead themselves. This is a card for leaders. You're here to pave a path.
Let's everybody chip in and buy Erin a desk lamp.
Right. Well, I have one, but I have a much smaller desk than I used to, so it doesn't fit. All right. You have to pave a path that hasn't been walked before. To go first and lead the way for others who are calling you in. If you feel misrepresented in the media, a little bit about that. Step forward for all those who also feel misrepresented. If no one speaks out on the topics you feel passionate about, share your own unique voice. There's no one on earth who comes close to possessing your unique combination of skills, gifts, and experience. Don't look to those who have come before you to work out your path. Leaders must forge their own.
Blaze those trails.
And it goes right along with your card.
Yep, sure does. Oh, which I put back, and I need to take a picture to put in the group.
Yes.
Yes, Kel, she blew mine right open too. I cried for weeks because I was like, I'm going insane.
Yeah.
But I wasn't.
You weren't insane. No, you just were. You got mojo whammied, as you say.
Mojo, yeah, I call it Andrea's mojo whammy.
My favorite way to say it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's show this. So this is going to be a show coming up from Dead Air that Ken has been putting together with Cody and Satori. So this is the trailer. Please enjoy.
Hello and welcome to the premiere episode of Last Bite, a show where we honor the dearly departed and their culinary legacy. I'm Ken DeCosta, your host, and joining me today we have a very special guest. Hello, dear. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
What is your experience around the kitchen?
None.
Okay, well, this is going to be perfect then. Do you take science classes at all?
One time I did take a science class and I overheated a glass beaker and it shattered in my hand.
Oh, what could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
I cannot wait for that.
And
So much.
Before, it is a very accurate
much.
description of what it's like to hang out in the DeCosta kitchen.
It's gonna be such a good time.
Great.
It's not gonna be with Love Megan on Netflix, but but it's gonna be such a good time. Okay, so Dead Air. Are they new this weekend?
They've got Ken will have to tell us. So they're changing formats a bit on how they're doing what used to be the Sunday night show. Some things are going to be pre-recorded now. It just kind of opens the doors for more, guests because schedules are flexible and things like that.
Yay.
Ken's been announcing those new episodes as soon as he gets them put together. So just keep an eye out for that.
Extremely Strange.
Yeah, Extremely Strange is always popping. I think he sent me 6 that he's working on. So he's always got a plethora of those, and those are great. My dad's obsessed with those. I got him.
Okay. A live investigation this Sunday. Duh.
Yeah, I forgot.
The reason we're doing the town hall.
Just talked to him about that like 3 hours ago, and memory like a sieve.
Yes, boss. We actually listen to everything you say. We just can't remember it all at once.
I can't remember anything unless it's for somebody else, and then I got it all. Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Extremely Strange. Live investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Cody
and Satori
Last Bite.
Last Bite.
Cody and Satori are back next Thursday. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Okay. They're back next Thursday. And we will do a Q&A.
Wait, well, we could do that on Monday.
We could do that on Monday.
We'll just do it in town hall. So if you're on Patreon and you haven't joined the Dead Air Patreon, it's like $3 a month.
Yep.
And they do a town hall on Mondays. And unfortunately for you guys, Carrie and I are filling in Monday night. So
sorry, get us again.
Right, you're stuck with us again. Let us know if you need anything.
I do want to say that This Little Light of Mine skincare, we are shuffling out our old packaging. So we've got it marked down 60% plus off. So shop online, thislittlelightofmineskincare.com, and also free shipping over $30. So help me get this out of here so I can bring in the new packaging. I'm running out of space.
Thank you guys for joining us as always, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. And we love all your faces.
We love you. Bye, guys.
Bye.